Hello and welcome to another trip report from Brighton. This railway station is right behind me. From here on I find many different trains, southern trains, Gatwick express trains, but we'll be taking a Thameslink today. Normally if you're going to London, or if you're traveling in the UK and you pass by London, you most likely have to change stations in London as well. For some people this might be a kind of a hassle, but if you're traveling on Thameslink, you don't need to do this. It's of course, in many situations you still need to do this, but there are also many routes, and especially north, south, where you don't need to change station. Today I'll be taking Thameslink that will go to Cambridge. I won't go all the way to Cambridge, but I will not get out in London. What I do in this video, like I do in all my videos actually, I first show you the station where I'm departing from, what is Brighton, then I show you the train, and at the end I'll show you some views from the train. I also try to tell you something about ticket fares and other trains on this route. For now, I hope you like this video. If you do so, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more trip reports about a more sustainable way of transportation, mainly train, subscribe to my channel. For now, let's roll the intro. Brighton railway station is the southern terminus of the Brighton main line in England and the principal railway station serving the city of Brighton in East Sussex. Situated at the front of the railway station, there is a bus stop for connecting public transportation, and departure times of buses are clearly indicated on these screens. A taxi stand can be found at the side. I'll show you this in a bit. Several shops, hotels and restaurants can be found around this railway station, including a 24/7 convenience store. But we're here to see the railway station and the train, so let's head into the railway station. A water tap where you can refill your bottle with drinking water is located at the front of the railway station. No need to buy plastic bottles. Personally, I really like the Victorian architecture of this railway station. Because this is a terminal station, the layout is pretty clear. At the front there are lots of commercial spaces, and if you're moving closer to the railway tracks you find the main central railway station hall. Something that's not unique for a railway station at all, but what I really like is the piano over here. It was locked though when I was here on an early Saturday morning. There are lots of places where you can just take a seat, and a little bit more at the side you find lots of vending machines. Something more at the side, there are some more commercial spaces where you can buy some food and drinks, and a little bit hidden at the front at the side you find this travel center where you can buy tickets. Close to the travel center I noticed some parking spots for bikes and this bike sharing program. For this journey I didn't need to buy tickets because I was traveling with the use of a Brit Rail pass, because I did quite a lot of journeys within the UK at this weekend I recorded it. A taxi stand and more spots to park bikes are situated at the side of the railway station. Directions are given very clear. Time to head back to the main railway station hall. Information about upcoming departures are clearly given at these screens at the main railway station hall. Like in many British railway stations, you will find access gates. These access gates don't always work well with rail passes, and in many situations there's staff available to assist you. At the beginning of the platform there are more screens with information about departing trains, so you're sure you're at the right spot. And this here is my train for today. It's a Thameslink service that will go via Gatwick Airport, London Bridge and London St Pancras International to Cambridge. The trains Thameslink is using are the British Railway Class 700, also known as Siemens Desiro City trains. For the non-train geeks, these are true commuter trains. At the exterior, the accessible area has been marked very clear with a blue stripe, and wheelchair icons and spots where you can park bikes have been marked with a bike icon. First class has been clearly marked with first next to the door, and above the section where you find the first class there's an extra yellow stripe. However, buying a first class ticket for most Thameslink services is absolutely pointless. First class is in many Thameslink services declassified, what basically means you can travel in first class with your second class or standard class ticket. This doesn't count for the entire Thameslink service though, and of course this rule might change in the future. For my train, the rear first class was declassified, The first class at the front, you still need a first class ticket for that. This route map shows what rules will be applied per route at the moment of recording. The only differences between what is marked as first class on these trains and standard class is that you find power plugs near the first class seats, and the seats do have an headrest that marks that this is first class. The layout in this entire train comes in a 2x2 configuration, serving a mix of both airline style seats and seats facing each other. These electrical multiple units or trains do consist of 8 or 12 cars, having a total capacity of 1146 passengers when there were 8 cars, or 1754 passengers when there are 12 cars. I didn't find special zones like quiet zones within these trains. However, some other special seats, like for example priority seats, can be found near most entrance doors of these trains. Space for bikes can be found, for example, near these folding seats here at the right. And of course, there's also an accessible area in this train. What looks pretty neat, I do have to say. Near the accessible area, the aisle is wider, and for people traveling in a wheelchair, you find these tables you can fold out. Of course, near this point there's also an accessible toilet that can be turned into a nursery space for babies as well. The toilet is really spacious, and at the moment I recorded this, it was really clean, what is most important. Because no train tour is complete without showing the other toilets as well. This is how the regular toilets look like. They can also be turned into a nursery space for babies, but they are way smaller. Apart from the gravity at these toilets, the toilets were clean. Throughout the train there are many luggage racks, and of course you can use the overhead luggage racks as well to store luggage, but they are located above all seats. The airline style seats do have a really small but sturdy tray table. They are good enough to place some food, but they're absolutely not suitable to work on a laptop from these small tables. If you're tall like me, I'm a bit over 1m90, what is over 6 foot, you don't have a lot of leg room. However, it's fine for a commuter train. Route information, business indicator, information about toilets being occupied or free, etc. will be displayed at these screens throughout the train. I really like the busyness indicator, and it really helps to spread out people more over the train. In rush hours, I noticed in many situations that in one part of the train it's extremely busy, while in other parts it's pretty much empty. Litter bins are situated near the entrance doors of these trains. These trains have been introduced in 2016. The entire fleet of Thameslink does exist of these trains since 2018. The top speed is 100 miles per hour or 160 kilometers per hour. Because these are pretty modern trains serving a popular and busy route, these trains do have the most modern safety systems on board. And they do have an automatic train operator system as well. At this moment, on a small section of these routes, these trains do run fully automated. The train driver is still there though, because this is legally required at this moment. I won't go too deep in this, however, it's nice to see this development. And with a population that's growing older and more people that are retiring, automation is the best way to avoid staff shortages. Something else that makes Thameslink unique is that these trains will cross London without having to change station. In London there are many terminal railway stations serving different areas, as this map shows. Most Thameslink services will just cross London, making it not just a more convenient way to travel via London, but also connecting trains from different directions to major London railway stations. Within the Greater London area, it's possible to travel with your Oyster card as well. The Oyster card can't be used when you're traveling to Brighton or Cambridge though. Free Wi-Fi is available. It's just an internet connection and it's not super fast, but it's really nice that it's there. In terms of sustainability, it's generally known that trains are one of the most environmental friendly ways of transportation. This graph shows the environmental impact on the route Brighton to Cambridge by car or train. To me it's a no-brainer. Of course I'll take the train, and I'd avoid planes. Even though Thameslink is serving both Gatwick and Luton Airport in their network. I also made a video on a Gatwick Express train that came from London Victoria Station via Gatwick Airport to Brighton, and that video will be on this channel as well, so stay tuned for that. If you're interested in other trip reports, in the description of this video you find a link to a map, and on that map you find all trip reports I did. The lines do indicate the routes and the icons do indicate the railway station, ferry terminal or bus station reviews. This channel is mainly focusing on long distance and international train and ferry traveling to show you what it's like to travel on a more sustainable way of transportation. For the next tiny bit of this video, I'll show you some views between Brighton and London's Pancras International railway station. That's it for this video. I'm having a crazy week. I do a lot of trip reports, so I'm not in London now. I went a little bit different. I hope you like this video, or this has been a helpful video to you. If so, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it all the way to this point in the video and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you might really consider to subscribe to the channel. And if you don't want to miss anything, hit the bell icon. That's it for this video. There will be some more videos around here in the UK, but well, more of that in other videos, and some related videos can be found in the description of this video. Once again, thank you for watching and see you on my next video.